Hey guys, welcome to the Traditional Bow Hunting Wilderness Podcast. This is Jason Samkoviak, and today, by request, we're going to do a video real fast here on extended warranty stuff. I get a lot of emails and a lot of people contacting me wondering about this because they know I put it on, on the last couple cars that we bought and my truck and stuff like that. But this is a very easy way to lose a lot of money. Okay, if you know how to do this right, you can save a ton of money, and we're going to break it down for you here a little bit. Get into some of the details here as to why you may want it, when to get it, and how, with a bunch of tips for you. That's the goal here. So if you're thinking about it, this is going to make it a lot easier and save you a ton of money. First off, why do we need extended warranties, or why would we want one? Now, I probably own pushing close to 25 new cars between me and my wife and my daughter, 25 new vehicles that we've bought, and just recently I started doing extended warranties. Why? Because I could always fix things on my own for the most part. And the technology is the biggest problem with these things. Everybody gets so excited over the bells and whistles. Like, for example, in my Ram truck. Okay, I have a simple 8-inch screen in my Ram truck. All right, that's one thing. But you could get now that big 12-inch screen that's in there, and then there's all this fancy stuff. And trust me, it was much better in the days when you had a mechanical slide lever for the, or a turn knob for your temperature control, and a button for defrost, and a button for coming out of the, the windshield vent, button for the floor. It was much easier then. Now all this computerized crap, it sucks. It's junk. It's garbage, and this stuff goes out constantly, and there's issues. So, and then everything on the cars now are so computerized and computer controlled, and things that you cannot fix yourself like it used to be. It's getting much harder to deal with these kind of things. So an extended warranty comes in handy. Give you an example on this. Like when we bought it on my truck, my Ram pickup truck, which is a diesel, 2500 diesel. I'll give you an example. Even my 8-inch screen, if that screen goes out in my truck, that could be $2,700 to replace that screen, and I need it. I can't not have it. If I don't have it, I don't have access to a lot of the controls I need for the car, besides the radio. But just even climate control, things like that, it's all based in there. So if that goes out, that's $2,700 right there. They go out quite often. Another example is my fuel pump. I have a diesel truck. Okay, when you get into more expensive vehicles, your repair bills get more expensive as well too. On my diesel, it's just a fuel pump. Okay, if the fuel pump goes out on my Ram 2500 diesel truck, that can cost more than it costs to replace an engine in most of your cars that are on the road today. Think about that. Just a fuel pump in a diesel costs more to replace. You're talking, depending on model truck you got and stuff, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 to replace that fuel pump on there, and whatever else fuel systems required in it for that process. You could be, like I said, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 to replace that. Or you can put a motor in a car for $2,500, $3,000, $4,000, okay? Let that sink in a little bit. That's just a fuel pump. There's a lot of things that can go wrong with these cars today. These cars, trucks, all that stuff that are way more expensive than they were 10, 15, 20 years ago. 10 years ago, I'd have never bought an extended warranty. No way. No way. Don't need it whatsoever. I'll fix whatever it goes wrong. I was, I'm not anymore. I let them lapse, but I was ASE certified in tune-ups, brakes, suspension, and I think that was it. Tune-ups, brakes, and suspension, and God, I want to say there was one more, but it wasn't anything deep like engine stuff. But I went to school for that stuff right out of high school. I worked in like 7 different muffler shops, tire shops. I know, doing brakes, doing suspension, doing tune-ups, all these things. So I could work pretty good on a car. I wasn't too worried about it. Now, these things today, no, it's just not even worth it. So for me, an extended warranty is a good idea. Now, another why to that is, how much do you drive? Most vehicles are going to come with a 3-year, 36,000 mile. You're also going to have like a 50 or 75,000 mile powertrain warranty. You're going to have some of this stuff in there that may be beneficial to you. None of the expensive stuff that's off the charts, like the screens in cars today, the computerized stuff, these things are not covered under that kind of stuff. You're going to pay for that out of pocket, so that becomes an issue. If you drive high miles like I do, I put between, in a normal year, I'm putting between 38 and 45,000 miles a year, so figure about 40,000 miles a year on a car. If I finance a car, and I finance it for 5 years, and I only plan on keeping it for 4 and then dumping it off, in 4 years I'm going to put 160, 150 to 170,000 miles on there. I need this warranty to protect me, not against the maintenance stuff, not against, you know, little stuff, tires going out, brakes being replaced, serpentine belts, you know, any of that stuff. I can do that stuff all day long. I need it to protect me against the expensive stuff. So for me, an extended warranty is a gold mine. It's mandatory now with what we got going on out there. But you heard those numbers I threw out there. Okay, those are big numbers. Those are the mileage numbers. All right, you know, you start talking that now. Usually, even though I finance them for 5 years, I'm usually getting rid of them in 2.5 to 3 years, somewhere right just before the 100,000 mark is usually when I find myself dumping them. So for me, I try to get that warranty to be in that neighborhood of 100 to 125,000 miles. That's where I like it, because even though I every time I say, oh, well, I could keep it this long, I usually don't. For me and my business, and living 3 hours away from where my business is, where the bulk of my business is, and it being wedding related, I need that reliability. So I can't risk running vehicles with 180,000 miles on them, and then something, you know, even though they're still reliable, then something breaks on them and goes down, I'm stranded on a very important day. I don't like risking that. So I'm right around that 100,000 mile mark when I get rid of a vehicle and I get a new one. That's just the way it works. But if but I can do that. I can buy a vehicle brand new, drive it for 2 years, put 185,000 miles on it, and then I can turn around and sell it, and I can still make money on it. I do that because of the stuff that's in the course that I teach you in that Save Thousands course. Or, you know, you guys have seen it already, or you've watched my other videos, you've heard me talk about it. That course is, what I do in that course is amazing. I get tremendous savings on these things. I get them for the absolute rock bottom price there is. But when I buy them, I buy the extended warranty. If I don't use all of that extended warranty, that warranty is prorated refundable. That's a nice feature, or it is transferable. So that's a nice thing to keep in mind as well too. So if you buy a warranty, don't use all the warranty by the time you sell it. You will get a portion of that warranty money back that you spent. Or if you go to sell it, you can transfer that warranty over, which also helps make it a much better sale, and gives you, you'll get more money because you have a warranty on it when it's being sold. So the whys are huge. You know, there's a lot of advantages to it. Plus the peace of mind, straight up peace of mind. I mean, just knowing, and these cars are all built the same today. There is no, Ford is #1, Chevy's #2. Chevy's actually not #2 in trucks. Ram keeps beating them. But it doesn't, there is no, Ford's better than Chevy, Chevy's better than Dodge, Dodge is better than this, Toyota's better than everybody. They are all the same. They are all using components that are made by outsourced companies that will and do fail. Okay, I don't care what it is or who it is or what car you have, stuff can go wrong. The why of this is the extended warranty. That why is that peace of mind, that being covered, and just knowing that you got nothing to worry about, especially with how expensive, stupid expensive things are today. Again, looking at that screen that you see in every car, that everybody's so excited about, this computerized screen that's in a car, which is just the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I mean, I'm almost 50 years old. For all these years, I could turn a knob, slide a lever, and it worked from the second I bought the car until that car hit the graveyard. And in that section, that whole computer or control mechanism was then pulled out and sold as used parts because they never failed. Now you got a big screen in there that's really fancy and neat that you have to stare at when you're driving because you can't find the buttons. Where when I'm driving in my old cars, I could just reach over and turn this knob to make it hotter in the car, or turn this lever over here. It was real easy. Now all this crap is in this computerized stuff. That computerized stuff they charge you ridiculous amounts of money for, and it's insane. And that stuff, it goes out constantly. It breaks all the time. I mean, think about how hard it is to keep a laptop running smooth for 5 years, let alone something like this that's going to be in your car that you want to have in there for 5, 6, 7 years. So for me, an extended warranty, gold mine thing, I always recommend them. Now, again, I didn't before, but with stuff today, highly recommend it. Now, when it comes to buying one, this is where it gets pretty interesting. Person number one, average person, what he is going to do is he is going to, for this when, he is going to do it at purchase, okay? This is it. This is it right there. Because when you buy your car and you go in to pick it up, you're going to go into the finance guy's office, okay? Your sales guy's going to say, okay, here's your keys, everything's set, let's get you over to the guy, and you're going to go to financing. You're going to sit down, he's going to cover gap insurance, he's going to do all this, he's going to throw all these pieces of paper in front of you, free oil changes if you get this package, all this stuff. One of them is going to be the extended warranty. And it's going to have 50,000 mile, 75,000 mile, 100,000 mile, this kind of stuff, or our premium, or our, our sub-premium, or whatever these are. They're all going to be laid out right there for you. And he's going to offer it to you there. That is absolutely the worst time to buy an extended warranty. Do not buy it there. Do not use this process. You may actually consider buying it at purchase, but before you do, you better do your homework. We'll get into that, okay? But that is when most people will buy it, and they will buy it at the dealership. Understand that dealership is selling you a product. What do all dealerships do when they sell you a product? They mark the price up and they make money on it. Give you an example of that. When I get the fuel filters changed on my Ram diesel, if I take that truck into the dealer and I say, just change my fuel filters, they charge me $360. Not that I've done that, but I called to find out how much it is. $360 to change the fuel filters. I have to do that every 15,000 miles on a diesel. Instead, I come home, I say, okay, great, give me a minute, let me figure it out. I come home, I look online, I go to Gino's Garage, very popular site, or Amazon, either one. I buy my my 2 fuel filters I need. Okay, I get them for 90 bucks. I get both filters for $90. And then I call them up and I say, how much is it to install it, or to put these in? They say it's $110. So for 200 bucks, I bring them the exact Mopar fuel filters to my dealership and I say, put these in, and they charge me $200 versus $360 if I would have done the same thing but had them supply the fuel filters. Okay, this is how it works. Okay, and the same thing is going to happen with your extended warranty at the dealership. They are going to try to make money on you from when they do that. They are going to sell it to you for a marked up price. So that is the worst time to do this. Best time to do this. Best time to do it is when you get home. Okay, when you get home is the best time because you can go directly to the factory. Do not let that person, that sales guy or finance guy, make it sound like if you don't take this now, you can't ever have it. That's the biggest BS line I've ever heard in my life, and I've heard it many times. Okay, you can come home and you can buy this online. You can buy it over the phone directly. You can call Chrysler, Ford, Chevy, or General Motors, Toyota. You can call any one of these and you can buy it immediately right there over the phone, pay for it over the phone. You can talk to actual representatives of it and you get it for a much better price because you cut out that middleman that wants the profit of the dealership. Now there are also many other options as well too, and often the actual reps will offer you plans and programs that the dealership didn't, because they're all about the money. So some of the lower end ones, they're not going to offer you. Where when you call the actual, your manufacturer rep to get that, when you call Chrysler or or Ford or Chevy, they will actually offer you other plans in there as well too. But you're going to get really good prices when you do that. Huge savings over what you get at the dealer. Next step in there too is to know that there is not just the options of the manufacturer. So you don't have to buy a Chrysler warranty for a Chrysler product, or a Ford warranty for a Ford product, or a Chevy or Toyota. There are so many of them out there now. Again, you go back 10 years ago, it was slim pickings. Because of the massive cost of repairs today, these companies have started popping up, and a lot of them are very high-name companies, and there's also a lot of great insurance companies, like my Ram, the 125,000 mile, 6-year bumper-to-bumper warranty I have on my Ram diesel. I got it through Allstate, okay, because I shopped around and got the best deals, but I actually have it through Allstate, and it's a phenomenal policy. But there's Car Shield out there. There's tons of them. You can even add this into a used car. You can go buy a used car with 30, 40, 50,000 miles on it and go, okay, this is great, but I want an extended warranty. And there's companies now that will do that for you, where they used to never be that way. They do it because you guys need to understand, if you are buying anything that is new out there, or very modern vehicles, or modern cars, trucks, whatever it is, but anything from 2015 and newer, the technology in them is tremendously expensive to deal with financially when things go wrong. So people realize that. And they see, like I said, fuel pump on a diesel, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, okay? You know, fuel pump on a car, $100, you know? These are things that you got to take into consideration. So knowing that, these companies are popping up like crazy, and they got very good reviews. It's very easy. You Google search extended car warranty, they will pop up. There are companies that rate them based on everything, like CarShield, Allstate. I could go on. It's very easy to find. They are there for you, and they are good. Okay, you can see the reviews and everything on them. They're going to take care of it. Now you want to look into it and talk to them and find out exactly what's covered and the details, but they are very good options as well. Now the how. This is the big one right here, because here's where I'm going to tell you about some tips that are going to make this, it's going to save you a tremendous amount of money, and it's going to make it better for you. So when you're looking at the how, this happens before, okay? This is all this is done before you buy, all right? So before you go and pick up, this is the important part. You don't want to do this. You don't want to do all this at purchase, at the dealer. That's not where this happens. Before happens. So you pick your car, you've talked to the dealer, you've made your deal, you've got everything ready. Now you got an appointment in tomorrow to go up there and sign the papers and pick it up. Before that happens is when all of this comes into play. You have to ask yourself some questions in here to figure this out, okay, to make this most beneficial. First off, you need to know how long are you going to keep it? Estimate. You know, you want an idea. Are you going to keep it for 5 years? How many miles are you going to drive? So if you're keeping it for 5 years, so if you're going to have it for 5 years and you're going to do, let's say you're going to do 100,000 miles on it, 100,000 on there, so that's your plan. And you got a 3-year, 36,000 mile warranty, powertrain warranty, but you got bells and whistles in there. So you may want your warranty to be a 5-year, 100,000 mile warranty. If you're somebody who doesn't drive that much and you're going to keep it for 5 years and it's going to be out of warranty in 3, but you want it covered, and say you might want to do a 5-year, and you might want to do a 5-year for 50,000 miles. And you're going to save a lot of money over that one. Some companies like Chrysler even offer unlimited, okay? And it's pretty cool deals. But there are a lot of options out here. You need to figure out what your, you know, what it is that you're looking to do with that vehicle for how much you want to drive. So when you have this set, you know, I want a 5-year 100,000, 5-year 50,000, 6-year 125,000 that I did on my truck. Whatever it is that you want to do, you want to know that going in. Then you want to get on the phone. Okay, you want to get on the phone and you want to call your first one you want to call is going to be your manufacturer. If you're buying a Jeep, you're calling Chrysler. Buying a Ford, you're calling Ford, blah, blah, blah. Toyota, Toyota. Call the manufacturer one and find out how much it is and what plans they offer. Okay, so if you call Chrysler, which is FCA for Chrysler, you call them and they are at, their amount is this much right here for the plan they get. Then you start comparing with CarShield or Allstate or any of these ones you find online and start seeing if you're getting the same kind of deals for, you know, for less money. You start comparing the apples to apples and see where you are and see which plan is going to be best for you and start narrowing it down. When you have that all figured out, if one of them is coming in at $1,200 for that warranty and the other one is coming in at $900 and it's basically covering the same thing with the same, it's an apples to apples thing, this one is going to probably be your better option. Most of these today are done at pretty much every dealer. Now there is some perks to the manufacturer ones. They are nice because they are guaranteed to use original OEM parts, which is a nice bonus. They are also, anywhere in the country, any dealership, you're good. But a lot of these aftermarket warranties are following suit and becoming the same exact way. Okay, the competition is so fierce, they're getting the same way. But you need to figure out which one's going to be your best price. But let's just say, for example, that you decided to stay with, you know, you went with factory one. So let's say you went with this one for 5-year, 50,000 miles. And let's just say on your particular car through Ford, it came out at a price of $1,500. Now, you can also break these into payments. Most of these companies, Ford, Chrysler, all that stuff, when you buy it at the dealer, they can put that right in with your purchase price and spread it over that much, but you're paying tremendous interest on that purchase. So if you got a $1,500 one, or if you're looking at like Ram pickups, and I went with a Chrysler, you went with mine, which was, you know, I got through Allstate, so I got a lot better deal, but the warranty on a $70,000 diesel pickup truck for 6-year, 125,000 miles, you're pushing, like, I'm around it, but you're almost $4 grand, okay? You're $4,000 for that warranty, which I did not buy. But if you were, and I bought it at the dealer, that would have been mixed in, and I would have been paying that. So let's say that I'm paying 3.9% financing, which is pretty good. But let's just say that you were somebody who had not so great a credit, and you were paying 8.9% on $4,000 spread over 5 years is a heck of a lot of money. You're going to turn that into it's going to end up being like $5,000 that you're paying for that warranty. And I'm rounding numbers here, but I mean, that's a tremendous amount of interest, where if you were to forget doing that and you were to buy it on the phone right after, when you got home with your car, and called them up and buy it, then you could buy that there, and you could finance that $4,000 over 12 months interest-free. Okay, makes it a lot more feasible, and it's not messing with your car payment. So it's a beautiful thing. Is it another payment? Yes, it is, but it's only for a month or for a year, and then it's over with, and you have that warranty on there. And if you sell it earlier, you get that warranty money back. That's a smarter way to do it. So you figure out what it is, and let's say you're going with that one for $1,500 here. You buy it separately, and so that comes out to like $125 a month for a year if you want to. You're paying it directly to Ford as a warranty. You get it. That kind of thing's the best way to go about it. But interesting part, so back to the at purchase, you already know that this is the price that you can get it for directly from Ford, from them. The next day, you go in and you go to buy it at the car, or you pick the car up, and that guy throws that thing down in front of you, and he says this one is $2,200 for the same thing at purchase. You're going to go, no thanks, I already called Ford, I'm getting it directly through Ford, they're giving it to me for this price. He may very well come back and say, okay, well, I will match that, and he will give it to you for the same price Ford does, because that's what he still gets a little kickback from it, but he knows you can get it from that. He might actually do it just so that he gets that sale on his desk that he sold X amount of warranties. Because the more warranties they sell, the more cars they sell, the more things they do, the more their business, the better deals they get from Ford. So if you have a Ford dealer that sells 1,000 cars a year, and you have another one that sells 2,000 cars a year, the one that sells 2,000 cars a year gets better deals. Okay? They get more perks, first choices, they get a lot better perks. They're a higher demand dealer. Same thing goes for these things. If they sell a certain amount of extended warranties, they get better rates, they get better deals, these kind of things. So he may very well give you that. But if you did not figure this out before you walked into that dealership, this is what he would have told you. All that $700 is going into that dealership's pocket. Okay, that's what happens. But if you knew this going in and already had it all figured out, he might match it and let you finance it in with the purchase of the vehicle if you want to, which is a bad idea. Because you will pay interest over a 5-year period on that extra amount. You're better off paying for this separately, writing a check on the spot, or basically paying it through the manufacturer where you can pay 12 months and pay it off there interest-free. So, but that's your how and your why to this stuff. But again, keep in mind, they are always transferable. There is a fee to transfer them, usually $100 or something, but a buyer who, if you sell your car with a 5-year, 50,000-mile warranty, you sell it at 3 years with 20,000 or 10,000 miles left. That person who's going to buy it, when your car listed on Craigslist or wherever you put it up at says still under full 100% bumper-to-bumper warranty, people will be interested because they're buying a used car already. They're scared. They're going to pay more money. I promise you that if you paid $1,500 for this warranty and you were going to sell it, let's just say that you were selling a car, whatever it is, let's just say that you were planning on selling your car for $10K. is what you would sell it with. That's what the going rate is that you're seeing for your model out there. If yours still has 10,000 miles of warranty and a year left of warranty left on it, it's a full bumper-to-bumper warranty like that, then you will be able to easily sell yours for $1,200 or for $12,000. Okay, that $2,000 difference, you will get that because of that warranty. Promise you, especially when you highlight it in there. Well, you know, 10,000 mile, 12-month remaining bumper warranty. When they see that, they will pay $2,000 more for that. It's amazing. They will, and even if you don't get that, you will at least get your $1,500 back that you paid for that warranty. You will not have a problem getting it back, because people want that factor. They don't know that they can go to CarShield or to Allstate or any of these and they can buy your car and put a warranty on it for $500 for 10,000 miles. They don't know they can do that. They just know, oh my God, this one's under factory warranty. I wouldn't have to worry about nothing. If something went wrong, I'm at least covered. That's worth this money to me, and they will pay it. They will pay it all day long. So your warranty will become basically 100% free and reimbursed back to you when you sell the car. So in my opinion, extended warranties all day long, well worth it without fail. I'm a huge fan, especially with the technology and the stupid costs that it is today to repair these things, and how hard they are and how expensive the parts are. So hopefully that helps break it down for you and shows you the right way to go about it. So thanks for watching. We'll be back with more stuff soon. Bye.